Uh, hello everyone. To people that are watching this from Fastest First. Hi, I'm Rich Kupo, and today we're gonna do an interesting little randomizer. Where it's linked to the past randomizer, but I can only use bombs, or as I like to call it, bomberman mode. So basically, essentially, what's happening? All the swords in the game have been placed, and are now just bombs. You also don't start with the bombs at the beginning. So, essentially, on top of that, the other restrictions with this mode is every single item that will otherwise do damage has been fixed where it won't do damage anymore. So things like the hammer, the fire rod, the medallions, they won't hurt enemies anymore. So the only thing that can actually hurt anything is bombs. And usually at the start of the game, it becomes a tricky thing of routing because a lot of things are locked behind bombable walls, and normally in a normal game, you had the bombs to start, and you just have to find pickups for it. But not the case here, we have to hunt them down now. So let's dive into this, shall we? So starting off, I like to start Sanctuary. So in bomb mode, you might have noticed I don't have a bomb counter at the top. Like I mentioned before, we start with no bombs, and that's going to be our only method to attack. And so if we find things like the bow or anything else, it's 100% just not useful at all, aside from like opening certain puzzles and stuff. So right away, I'm gonna go to Kakariko Village because it is the most item-dense location to start off with. So this location is known as Blind's House. And there were 4 chests here that we can search for. Hopefully we find some bombs really early. Ooh, red cane. Red rupees. Heart. Boomerang. So, the boomerang still stuns people. There's another item behind the bombable wall, but sadly, understanding the predicament of lack of bombs, we can't blow it up and search it. Boomerang still has some use, it can still stun enemies. And we also have a little feature called Quick Swap, which we can use the shoulder buttons to swap items quickly, instead of using the menu. Another 4 items here, and 1 more behind the wall, but sadly, we cannot... Ooh! Good. Sadly, we can't check it. So, the Moon Pearl is a very important item, probably one of the most important items in the game. It allows us to access the Dark World, or at least access the Dark World, and... Because usually, in the Dark World, when you go to the Dark World without the Moon Pearl, you become a bunny form, and you can't do anything without the Moon Pearl. A glove! Ooh. You might have noticed I also bought a heart from the vendor. So the thing about that is, that would have been bombs normally, but because we don't have... Because bombs are no longer pickups, they'll be transformed to hearts for the remainder of the game. We're just at the peak library. So the glove is an interesting thing at the start. It allows us to pick up white stones, which still blocks off quite a bit of nice checks we can probably do. So with nothing else to do, we're gonna save quit here, and we're going to go to my house and check the checks here. 10 arrows, cool. We're going to... Next. Check the castle real quick. Oh, right, I might have forgot one more check in the village. Sorry, my routing got a little thrown off because it's a little bit weird to route this just because the lack of bombs kind of throws you off muscle memory-wise. We're gonna check Uncle here. It's just a heart piece. So Boomerang's still useful for this. Getting around enemies at the very least. Boop. Sorry about that. Little cough in my throat. We're gonna pull the tree. So in this game there are things called tree prizes where there are 3 levels of it. Tier 1 is when you kill at least 1 enemy. Tier 2 is killing 4 or more enemies and getting hit. And Tier 3 is killing 4 or more enemies and not getting hit when you pull the tree. The prizes are randomized every time. So it could be rupees, it could be bombs, it could be hearts, it could be whatever. So we're dipping the castle real quick just to see if there's anything in the small chest here. It's a piece of heart. We're gonna save quit here. So, the guard normally has a key, but we can't hurt him. Boomerang's not gonna do anything. Sadly. So, real quick, I'm gonna just check the woods real quick. There's something I forgot to do. There are 2 checks in the woods. So, this little drop down here, we go to a little thieves hideout. And this would be a generic bomb pickup, but they're just hearts now. Ooh! That's actually very good. Hook shot. As name it tells, it lets me use a hook shot. Get to cross gaps, and I can use it for mobility, and also stuns enemies. Things like bushes I can use for a little extra mobility to traverse around the area. Trees are also hook-shottable. So I'm gonna just enter this cave just to see if an objective is needed. So there's a heart here, which means we don't need to kill Aghanim to get the item there. Typically in a run like this, you want to always avoid fighting Aghanim because it takes time. So back to my house. So we're gonna go check the dam real quick. And thankfully with the hook shot, we can get there a little bit faster if we hook shot some objects here. Very good for mobility. And we're gonna just do a little trick here, just a hook clip. Oops. Aw, we hacked it up a little bit. So basically, I'm just trying to save doing 2 trips, because normally you're supposed to go in, get the chest, come back out, and then go back in to pull the switch. Whoops. Didn't register that time. It's a cute little trick. There you go. So, if you push the block while you use the hook shot, it'll clip you right. You'll still do your hook shot while pushing, and you will clip through by hooking onto the chest. So you can get the item and then pull the switch at the same time. And you get 2 items by doing that. Which is, ooh, blue bottle. Very nice. Bottle's very good. There's one turning in Cath Rico. There's a sick kid we can look at. Who... Normally, you need a fairy bottle in the original game. But in randomizer, they'll take any old bottle. Just show him any bottle of anything. He'll give you the item. So with the glove and the hook shot, that actually opens up quite a bit of what we can check. So I'm gonna go to Eastern Palace. Normally the first dungeon in the game. Real quick, I'm gonna check what the map is. So at the beginning of the game, we can check what the first 3 dungeons can be like. The red crystal, it's very important. Objective of this game is to get all the 7 crystals. And then fight Ganon. Sorry, 6 crystals. I don't know, I miscounted. But yes. Sorry, 7 crystals. Sorry, I'm just getting a little mixed up today. But yes, you need to get the crystals before you can get into Ganon's tower to defeat Ganon. The location of these crystals are randomized every time, so by default in the vanilla game, they will... The first 3 dungeons are always pendants, and the 7 crystals are all in the Dark World. But randomizer spices up. This says they're randomized, which is fun. Big key. So Eastern Palace is very straightforward. It's the dungeon where you normally find the bow, and to progress through the rest of the dungeon, you'd still need the bow. Just because the red Igors are, if you want to harm them to get to the back of the rooms, you need a bow to kill them. So because we have the hook shot, we can do a little time saver by just cutting across to make the chest. If we don't have boots, the hook shot really early is a good substitute. Thankfully, there's still pottery and stuff we can throw around if we need to clear kill rooms like this. More rupees. So, because we got the big key, we can check the big chest right away, see what's in here. There's the map. So there's more items at the boss and the back room. Normally, the back area requires a lantern because it's a dark room, but thankfully, we played this game enough to have muscle memory on how to navigate this. Having a hookshot also helps so we can see where we are in the map. Because items still appear when you try hookshot using them. So there's a key somewhere, which we grabbed, which is up in the back of the pot. There's also some skeletons here. Stun the enemy. And walk through the wall. Or the door, rather. There you go. With enough muscle memory, dark rooms are nothing. Some dark rooms are harder than others because there's, like, obstacles and fireball spitters that get in the way. Otherwise, pretty standard. And here, we're gonna take damage to hit the switch early. And get a mushroom. Pretty early, all things considered. So we're gonna go to Sanctuary. So, running out of things to check. With the glove, I might need to check King Zora. However, I don't have enough money. What I'm gonna do instead is go to the mountain by sequence breaking. Because we have the hookshot, the east side of the mountain is very item dense. And also, while we're there, after we rescue the old man, it'll count the checkpoint that we can save quit to. So we can go back to the mountain anytime we want. So once again, to Dark Room. Hello? There you go. Hop off. We can use the hookshot to navigate around. We know there are twists and turns. There we go. And we have the old man with us now. So we're in the next room now. There's some bats in the room, but don't worry about them. They don't do that much damage. So we're just hold directional button against the wall. We go down. Where are we? Oh, we have to go more left. There we go. We're out of here. And here we are on the mountain. Super early. We rescue the old man, and he gives us a mirror, which is very interesting, because that is where the mirror normally is in the original game. It's a vanilla location. We like to joke about when that happens. We ask ourselves, is this even randomized? Alright, so. We're in the mountain. There are 2 checks up here. Because we have the mirror, we can check on top of the mountain, and also we can look inside the mountain as well, for a drop down. So right away, what is over here? A bow! Ooh, useful. We can clear the rest of the dungeon. Ooh, and there's our first set of bombs. Sorry. Alright. So, we definitely want the bombs. Also, I should probably grab the bow first, but I got excited over the bombs first. This is gonna be our bread and butter for the run. The bomb. And we have infinite bombs, which is nice. And a nifty little feature about these bombs. So you can only drop 2 bombs, at a time. That's normal behavior. However, if I do what will be my sword swing, I can actually remote detonate these bombs. And also, they're still bombs, so they still hurt you. So be careful about using them. So normally in the actual game, bombs would normally kill these things in one shot. But my bombs are at the same level as the fighter sword. So we call these the fighter bombs instead. They're as weak as the normal fighter sword, as or level 1 swords we call it. So, yeah. Until we can upgrade the bombs by finding more bombs, so it'll turn into a master bomb, a tempered bomb, and a golden bomb. Interesting property about the bomb, because of the lingering hitbox of the bombs, it can actually multi-hit enemies. So quick lopping is not a feature in a normal game, it's a quality of life thing added into the randomizer, which makes menuing less of a hassle, and it's such a welcome feature. So we're gonna get the bow real quick. And I guess while we're here, we can clear the dungeon, huh? So, this is Tower Hera. It is, well, a tower. There's a hamburger at the top that you have to fight. Big key. Nice to see. Oops. Well, thank you got the mirror. You can boost yourself around with bombs. They can happen a lot. Remote detonation is a very nice feature of this little game mode. In the old version, you didn't have it, so you have to still rely on the bomb timer to just detonate, which was really bad. It made this way more unfun to play. But thankfully, they added it so you can remote detonate bombs, and now it's actually more playable. Like I said, the level 1 bombs are very weak. However, things like pottery and stuff still work. So, there are only 2 items in this entire dungeon. It's a very straightforward dungeon, not a whole lot going on for it. Compass. Do I trust myself doing the bomb jump? Let's see. Oops. Like that. Oops. That's not good. So without a sword, it makes the setup a little harder. And unfortunately, you can double fall like that. That's the other downside. Setups that use a sword, you can still do the little dance, but it doesn't work as well when you can't spin slash, unfortunately. So we're not gonna do the bomb jump today. Oops. It's a lot harder without the setup to do so. Unfortunately, we do lose a little bit. We do lose some time, but not a whole lot by failing. It's faster to, yes, bomb jump, but if you mess it up, it punishes you severely. But not a huge deal. We'll just do the old-fashioned way then. We want the heart pickups. Just because, we have a habit of hurting ourselves a lot with our own bombs. We'll just get the chest from our boy. Just drop it down here. And we got a key, which is worrisome. If the item is not on the boss, then we have to go to the basement. But unfortunately, we can't go to the basement without a fire source. Like, something like a lamp or the fire rod. We'll get another heart for safety. There's the boss, Boulder. I feel like I think we can cheese this. Like, we're just doing this, basically. I mean, we can. We can't spin slash with the bomb, which is kind of funny. We can just do this. But no, we'll slow down and fight him. So, the advantage of bombs, at the very least, is we have an option for ranged combat, and we normally don't against the boss. Just trying to chase it down. But we can just do this, really. It's gonna take quite a bit, just because it's still level 1 sword damage. He's almost down. He's going crazy. Very crazy. Let's hop down and meet him. Oh gosh. There you go. And what do we get? Oh! We get a bomb upgrade, which is the level 2 bombs. Nice prize. So there's nothing in the basement, which is good to know. And we get a prize. So we get a pendant, which is not very useful. Well, scratch that. We don't know if there's anything locked behind pedestal. So we're gonna go to the east side of the mountain. And this is where we enter Paradox Cave. So our bombs are blue now, which means they have upgraded damage and deal Master Sword damage. It's great. So here's Paradox Cave. You fall down, and for some reason you can come out the up exit if you go down the exit to the south. It's weird. Don't question it. 10 arrows, and just a heart. Ideally, we're looking for hammers and go to the dark world, basically. I am my own enemy with these bombs, basically. Alright, so there are a lot of checks here. Whoa! Red bombs! Okay, there's 2 bomb upgrades to the mountain for the boss and here? And a hammer! This is the Dark World axis now. Alright, very good. So we're gonna do a bomb jump here, and of course we kind of messed it up. Whoops. A little tricky sometimes. Having no sword messes up some of the little setups you can do here. Okay, this looks fine. Alright, we can remote detonate these things. So now we have red bombs, which do temper sword damage. Thankfully, it does not increase damage against yourself, otherwise that'd be horrible if that was the case. Imagine if you could just hurt yourself more with your own bombs because they're upgraded. No, they're always going to do at least 1 heart of damage. Looking here, that's just a red repeat. We're going to do spiral cave. I'm being threatened by this dude. A little tricky when we have like no health, by the way. Okay. Alright, this is spiral cave. We'll see what the prize here. And then we'll go to the dark world. Well, we still have more checks to do because we forgot to. We orphaned some things that required bombs. Oh. Oh, that's silly. I'm sorry. That's just me have there's some bomb shenanigans there. I'm just so used to just not having to lug around bombs every time. And I just kind of space out, just carrying this silly little thing. there's a lot of bad habits. Like, I play a lot of normal randomizer, and I play this one a lot too, but there are habits from both games that just cross over, and it becomes very silly. Logically speaking, it also becomes trickier because in my mind, I know I can do certain things like in a normal game, but that I can't do it here because I'm still missing a sword or certain items. And bombs make things like very, very weird, especially at the start, where there's a lot of bombable walls you can't get access to that you normally could in the beginning of the game. Just pop down. And remember not to carry a bomb around. Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb, you know? Classic. Remote detonation makes life a lot easier. And also the explosion lingers for a while, so you can just walk through those a lot. Having more health is helpful, just because your worst enemy is gonna be yourself in this game mode. Alright, we'll get the prize here. Rupee. And we're gonna save quit, and let's get out of here. Oh, we're gonna sanctuary real quick. Now that we have bombs, we can check 3 checks here. I have a funny feeling that one of the things we probably need to do is go to the Scam King, because he has. We have the glove early, and logically that might be the last thing we have at the moment, because we kind of went out of logic with finding the bombs. He probably has land, quite honestly. If we're talking logic here, if those are the first bombs we're meant to find. Red boomerang, map, and a piece of heart. Cool. So I'm gonna go backwards here. Look for the key. Oops. Look for the doorway now. There we go. So we can use bombs to navigate to our room, just to see where we're scrolling to. And if we're doing screen transitions. There we go. And this room is called Dark Cross. There's one check in here. Ooh, that's helpful. We can check the Scam King now. So we're gonna go to my house. We're gonna route to the southern part, because there's another cave south of us that we didn't get a chance to look at just because we didn't have bombs, and there's a lot of items there we totally want to grab. So it's time to go to South Shore. Bomb cave. And let's go in. So this is the Moldorm cave. This would normally be a pain with normal bombs in the original game, or original randomizer, but remote detonation's very sweet. Very nice feature I wish we had in the actual game. There we go. So those guys are very squirmy. There's 5 items here. Wow! Oh my god. Immediately with max upgraded bombs this seed, which is okay. Not what I was expecting in the seed. Thought maybe that things would be like a slow progression for upgrades, but we have max level bombs now. That's interesting. Do maximum damage with these bombs. Interesting. So yeah, we sure have a very interesting seed so far. So, yes, these will do as much damage as the gold sword from the original game. So a heck ton of damage, basically. Thankfully, not to us, which is good. A shield, you know, not helpful. It blocks fireballs. I mean, like, it's got a niche use. Nothing too fancy. And yes, crabs do 2 arc damage, which is very, very silly. Alright, so we're gonna do something called fake flippers. So if you jump into the water during a screen transition, the game thinks you have flippers because you screen transition in water. So, like so. Yeah, it just gives you flippers for some reason. We're gonna use this to go to the Zora King. And because we have the Moon Pearl, we can also check the Waterfall Cave. For some reason, because our game checks, like, your stats when you leave or enter caves, this cave in particular, you know, you can't loot these until you go out and come back inside, which you'll get water walking. But this only works if you have the Moon Pearl, because something to do with checking if you have Moon Pearl changes your state. Hey, you know, just health. Not bad. So we're gonna walk to the Scam King. Just 10 arrows. Thankfully, nothing there. If there was something important there, we will do something called Splash Delete, where basically we will try to put a bunch of sprites down, like using the red block, using the arrows, using the bombs. And because there's gonna be too many sprites on the screen, the game cannot render the splash animation, so it just lets you swim. Because it needs to render that to say you can't swim. Oh my god! He had a second pair of gloves? What? Okay. Alright. Cool. What do I do with that information? Gosh. A lot, apparently. Okay. So, we'll go Sanctuary. We'll do some cleanup. There's some orphan checks, and we could also get Bottle Kill on the way. Gloves really early is something. And also, thanks to the quick swap, we don't have to access the pause menu to really get to our items. They cycle like they would in reference to where they are in the menu. So, here we go. We get to finally check what's behind here. 4 health. I'll take that. So we have hammer, we have glove. We can do quite a bit so far. We're just gonna clean up this area. Oops, I plugged that a little bit. Like I said, there's something behind here. And another 300. Money's always nice, just in case you want to buy my potion. So we get to finally check the chicken house. Where this lady has a bumpable wall for some reason, so, you know, I'm sure she won't mind if we just open her wall. Next to her chickens. And we got boots now! Hey, now we have mobility. Now we can go fast. Oh, don't mind that guy, he's just something. He just says stuff at you. Okay, well, he healed us. Sure, that's nice, right? Do us a kindness. I want to do a little bit of shenanigans here. Gonna take a while to drain, but don't worry. We have a mushroom. We're gonna do shenanigans. This trick is called fake powder. So because with the mushroom and the powder occupy the same item ID. So if we use the red cane while we're out of magic, it plays the error noise, but when we switch items to the mushroom immediately, the game thinks I'm gonna use powder and just lets me have it. So we can check this without having magic powder. Which is very convenient while we're here. Whoops. Funny little bomb. So we're going to the Dark World, and we're going to start collecting crystals for our adventure. Once again, do a map check. Crystal, crystal, crystal. Okay. So Palace of Darkness is a green pendant, which, you know, unfortunately, not what we want to see ideally, because Palace of Darkness is a very straightforward dungeon. It's also very lootable, but it's fine. We'll make do. Skull Woods to the north. We can check some things, but it requires fire rods in the back half. We're gonna skip that for now. Instead, we're gonna do Deep Town. Hey, armor! That lets us reduce damage from all enemy sources. So here's Deep Town. We just pull on this and run away. There's 4 checks on the front. One of them is always going to be the big key, because the back half needs the big key to even access it. So we're still missing quite a lot to really beat the game. So chasing dungeons is a very ideal thing to do, because you're gonna be clearing those anyway, and you're hoping to get the items along the way. Dungeons are very full of like items, naturally. Well, most of them are. Some are just only have little items. So there's the lamp. That's a fire source. So I think what the logic meant us to have, we were supposed to... It looks like what it wanted us to do is go buy the glove, find the glove, then buy the glove, go to the Dark World, find the lamp here, then go to the mountain for our first bombs. That seems like that's what it wants to do. Which is very silly. So it saves, we saved quite a bit of time on double tracking. Just to not do that. Just do it on one trip. Dark walking can save you a lot of time if you just don't want to do things like check the Zora King. See here? These guys kind of hurt, by the way. These little lizard dudes. But thankfully, we have level 4 bombs. The downside of bombs is we can't really engage in close quarter combats. We're kind of a weird range fighter. We can't really use bombs in melee range for obvious reasons, just because they'll hurt us. Like that. Thankfully, the armor helped, like, reduce his bomb damage against ourselves by half. So I'm gonna do this real quick. A little too soon. Oh, that's because I didn't have my... Oh. Really? Okay. I wanted to get, like, health. Aw, sorry. I wanted to, get some health back, but, unfortunately, I accidentally hit the shoulder button with weapons. Oh, well, it's fine. It's not a big setback, because this dungeon's relatively quick anyway. Alright, trying to finesse the menu can be a little tricky sometimes. I wanted to do the powder trick to turn an anti-fairy into a fairy, and then we get fairy. Unfortunately, I shoulder mashed I didn't notice I hit the shoulder button and it switched to bombs instead of my other thing and didn't do it. It's fine. No, it's right here anyway. You can actually dash right through this without getting hurt. It's a very specific pixel though. There we go. We'll just ignore the fairy for now. We'll heal it other ways. That'll be nice to grab. Alright, down we go into the basement. Once again, we hurt ourselves because lingering into hurt boxes can be very funny. We're gonna quickly check to the left because we have a small key. Syrupy. It's just fun to leave bomb trails because it just is. And we get some more health here, thankfully. And we get a burrito along the way. So, this is the maiden. It's not actually the maiden, it's just actually blind. Who's the boss of this dungeon? So we're gonna take them upstairs. And we will fight them. So normally there's a script to fight them, but we don't have a sword to poke them with, so we're gonna do something else. So thankfully, ranged combat makes this fight a lot easier. Blind doesn't really have a health, per se, he just takes 9 hits from any source of damage. In our case, it's gonna be explosives, but we're gonna safety here, we have a potion. It's a lot easier to poke him with the melee weapon, but we don't have that luxury, sadly. Some fights are way harder because it is game mode. Thankfully, we got him. You would think gold bombs would one-shot him, but unfortunately, not the case when he's a boss based on hits and not damage done. So we get a crystal. Our first one. And let's keep going. So here's C-shaped house. This is where Mario lives, basically. Whoops. And arrows. And we're gonna hit the brewery next. 2 red rupee. Cool. Not bad. We don't really need money anymore. So we have a mirror, we have glove. We can do quite a bit here with the little quest chain here. Real quick, I need to double check what was here. I think I remember seeing something important here, right? No, it was 50 rupees. Okay. I thought there was something there. All right, so here's digging game. Okay, this man, and you dig. It picks a number between 1 to 30 in the seed, and yeah, it is. Let's see how we're lucky. That's quite a lot of digs so far. Are we getting the legendary 30 digs? Oh my gosh. Looks like it was almost 30 digs. Don't like that. Alright, so the reason we're gonna do that first, we're gonna, if you get the frog, then talk to him. He doesn't like when you have followers with you, so Froggy now gets to come with us. Who's actually the blacksmith. Gonna switch the hammer real quick. And we're gonna do something called a hammer dash. So if you use boots and an item at the same time. Oh, never mind. I forgot. The hammer dash requires a sword. Because how that works, it uses your sword's hitbox. But because we don't have a sword, we don't have the hitbox extension, so we have to do it the old-fashioned way, which is kind of funny. Like I said, ooh, that's fire damage. Tricks that would work in the normal randomizer are not gonna work here because of the restrictions we have. So we're gonna return him back home. Safe and sound. Gives us a heart, which is not useful. So we continue our routing. We get the chest down. Who's sentient for some reason? Like if you try to enter like a cave or something, he's gonna be like, "Why can't you take me someplace nice?" I don't know why he's sentient. He just is. We're gonna mirror here. And we can leave him behind, thankfully. Just to see what's in here. Just more rupees. So we're gonna take him back. In the Dark World. And we're gonna talk to our friend Stumpy here. There's a piece of heart. And we get a health up. Pretty cool. Come on, come along. There you go. Sometimes the followers can be a little bit weird. We're gonna leave behind here. Because it's faster. Because we can't dash with him in their party because, if you use the dash button, it's the command to leave him behind. So you might be wondering, why am I leaving behind? Well, there's a little thing we can do here. So if we just mirror next to the guy who opens the box for you, he does it anyway, without the thing being there. Whoops. I got stuck inside of him. Oh well, there you go. The old mirror bonk anyway. But there you go. That saves quite a bit of time just because you can run instead of walk. So this is called Hype Cave because it's very item dense and it's very easy to access. There's 5 items here. Are we gonna have a Hype Cave today? Wow. A Hype Cave was all, I guess, piece of hearts. It's like a jackpot, really, when you think about it. Right? It's like a slot. So that'd be a jackpot on a slot machine when you think about it. Alright, so we're gonna go into Palace of Darkness here. It's dark, it's a palace. With a lamp. We can clear this. No problem at all. Requirements to clear this would be a bow hammer and a pocket full of dreams. And lamp. Not that you need it, but it helps. So you paid a monkey 100 rupees and it'll open the door for you. And welcome to Pod. It's a pendant dungeon, sadly. Just because otherwise this dungeon's very good for finding loot. Okay, we're bow locked, but we thankfully have a bow. Thankfully, we can smash this wall. By just running into it. Now we have the bow. So the bow can still hurt the red guys at the very least. But not the green ones, because they're not special. Perfect run. If you go there fast enough, you can actually run against a cycle. Okay. Hammer this and go down. And because we have boots, we can go here a little bit faster. You just bump across. Very nice. And we can just check all the loot here. Remote detonation kind of saves a little bit of time for blowing up stuff because you don't have to wait out the timer for explosion. That's kind of nice in that regard. And mirror is also nice for just warping back. This dungeon has 6 keys altogether, so it's gonna only be natural you find a lot of them at the front. There's a bridge. Gosh, there you go. We're gonna search right first. Okay, we have a key here, so we can check here. There's an item here. Okay, it's no key. Here's a treasure room that's just full of rupees. Also 2 chests here. Ooh, 1 rupee. Good prize. And another rupee. We're making all the wealth today. This dungeon's pretty straightforward, all things considered. But sadly, it's a pendant, so it's not too much value besides the density of loot. This room can be a little tricky to dark walk. It's one of those tricky dark walking rooms if you don't have the lamp. Also, these fire still hurt you, even though we have blue armor. Still does quite a bit of damage. Wow, nothing really in here. Not paying out very well. So we'll use the mirror after we get the last loot. Oh, actually, scratch that. Flippers. Very important, actually. Never mind. That actually was very important to check here. Flippers are, Rich, what are you doing? Flippers are very important, so I got super excited. I was going right for some reason. Yes, flippers are super important just to do the Swamp Palace. So that's another dungeon we have access to now. We're gonna do a cool trick with the bow. Hit the switch in here. And just go to the right. So we have the red cane. Just hit that without doing the statue drag puzzle. And we're gonna some health back. Alright, another one of these. Very weird when like your arrows don't damage the green ones when like normally, you know, one shot them. And it's also the other reason why we need the bow. We go downstairs now. Or that works too. Very tricky to... So when you get more items, the quick swap becomes a little bit weirder to use. Where's our bombs? Here we are. Normally you would hit them with your sword after you bop them, but like I said, you know, bomberman mode. That's not a sword, that's a mushroom. There. It makes things very awkward when you have to menu the two different items to do any harm to like certain enemies. The gist of that. Now you might be saying, why can't I just hammer them after I flip them over? Because the hammer does no damage. Every single weapon that would do damage has been disabled. So we have to use only bombs. And here's the boss. You can break his face with the hammer. But, well, you're supposed to break the face with the hammer. But, bombs might be a little faster in this mode just because we have remote detonation. And because we have golden bombs, he just kind of dies very fast. Heart. And a green pendant, which green pendant, as far as pendants go, it's the more valuable of the pendants because you can use it for a turn-in. So from here we can go to the Eastern Palace and clean it up for the crystal. We're gonna step aside. And then we're just gonna go inside and clean it up. So we got most of the checks in here. We're just going straight to the boss, basically. So this is a dark room here. We just blow this dude up and get the key, and then leave. Switch. Switch behind a dude. The switch up here. Kill the Skeletonies. And then switch to the bow for the last dude. Aw, little stone draw there. I'm gonna see if this is fixed or not. So last time I played this, the boomerang killed these guys instantly for some reason. I'm not sure if it's still the case. Okay, they did fix it. Yeah, it was a little bug, I think. Okay, so we have to kill these guys with bombs. Thankfully we have gold bombs, but it's still very annoying. Normally the bow is supposed to insta kill them, but not the case anymore. So killing these guys is way slower than it should be. Normally you can just quick kill them with the bow and call it a day. But now they're actually a formidable opponent. Thankfully we have gold bombs. And bombs will multi-hit too. It's because there's an initial explosion and the lingering hitbox as well. There. Some fights will take longer because your usual instant kill method's just not gonna work because bombs are the only ways you can kill. So we got a crystal. That's cool. Take the portal back for a second. Ooh, mirror bomb, did we? Okay. Why is that a mirror bomb? Here's why. Too close to the... I guess close to the wall. So... we're gonna have the mirror out for a bit. We're gonna turn in the green pendant while we're here. Conveniently. I believe we can warp here. No, it just puts you inside the building. Okay, we need to move a little outside. We'll play a little safe here. So, there's 3 chests. Ooh, ice rod. That's actually... wow, that's actually needed. So, doing that dungeon was very worth it. So, normally you need bombs or a boot to get back here. 3 checks on here. Okay, nothing really. So go back, take a warp. Okay, thankfully we didn't mirror bonk that either. Load him. So, we're gonna check the pyramid here. Pyramid house one item here on the side. Red rupee. Oh well. We're gonna go check the catfish next. And while we're here, we're gonna turn in the mushroom now. See what it does. So you get the mushroom to the lady here. And she'll turn into an item for you. Oops. Play chew. So you walk off screen after you get the mushroom, and then you go inside to see what's in there. That's a pizza heart. And then we can also buy potion over here. Which is kind of helpful just for the sake of, you know, in case we run out of magic. Back to the dark world now. We're looking for Fire Rod and the flute, more or less, at the moment. As for our basically last major items. So we'll just toss it all in here. And maybe medallions. We don't know what medallions are needed for clearing the other dungeons. We're gonna do Swamp Palace now. It's pretty dense and not too long to beat. Getting a hammer out. The Swamp Palace, the water dungeon of this game. We need those flippers and hookshot and a mirror to get into it. First, we need to mirror in here. Walk inside. And funny thing with the mirror and blocks, if you use the mirror while pushing a block, it just deletes it. Then we just pull this to drain the dam again. Then we go into the dungeon now, properly. So, this is it. This is Swamp Palace. Boy, do I wish I could melee swing in this game. Just because you just have to fear your own bombs, you just kind of need to fly around to remote detonation. But this boss in this dungeon is gonna be a little annoying to kill with bombs because you have to switch between the hookshot and the bombs to keep hurting him. So it's gonna be a very weird fight. See me cycle between hookshot and bomb. Thankfully, they're next to each other on the item slots. We're fine. I wouldn't worry about the health. Hopefully. Maybe. Okay, maybe we'll worry about it a bit for safety's sake. Why not? We're taking a lot more damage because we can't exactly melee swing up close. So, loop around here for the chest. Another thing is we can't dash and like run into enemies. Normally when you dash and you have a sword, you just kind of poke. You hold your sword out while you're dashing so you can just run through enemies. Get a burrito. So sometimes bombs only is just a dangerous game to play, just because, yeah, it's... Put that over there. Okay. Hit it with the lingering hitbox, though. And we're gonna flood this. Don't worry about that. Normally, you're not supposed to flood a key like that that's hidden underneath the skull, because you can't grab items while you're swimming, but we have some shenanigans we do. We're gonna do a trick called Diver Down. And I mentioned before, the red cane's like the high tier item for me. You have a lot of use for it, so we'll demonstrate it here. Oops. Like that. Looking for good input here. Nope. Have to reset that. There you go. So you use the red cane to kind of squeeze yourself into the barrier so you can walk in the water. It kind of, for some reason, some shenanigans happen where the game thinks you're jumping from a ledge, so you treat that as a jumpable ledge. And when you do it on water like that, you just walk on top of it. And then you can get the key and flip the switch at the same time. This saves time because you don't need to do extreme transitions to go back and forth to get the key. And hit the switch and all that jazz. Very nice little trick. More rupees? I'll take it. Why not, I guess, right? Big key. Yeah, I guess technically you could just bomb jump in this game for a little extra speed boost. If you have the health spare, that is. Not that I would do it too much, quite honestly. You would think I would do a lot more, but I just want to be a little extra careful, just with our health. Find a lot of piece of hearts. So this is another room that requires you to drain the water here. But once again, we're gonna do Diver Down with the red cane here. Basically, what you want to do is, as soon as you hit the water, do a down right input. And that's it. We get all the goodies, and we don't have to go bounce between rooms to just drain the water and come back here. It's gonna have a little graphical effect with the wall because the water is not drained, but it's fine. That's normal. I'm gonna just put the item here. Hey, a heart container. That's nice. When we have more health, we'll start bomb jumping a lot more for a short burst of mobility. Otherwise, if it's a straight line, we just run through. Alright, so this guy. Yeah, I know. Kinda weird, right? Bomb, dude. The dangers of bombs is, yeah, careful even up close. Very awkward to fight them with just bombs. There. Now we do the last part of the fight. Blow them up. We'll drop where you land, where you were. So he's just gonna lay a trap for him. More health. This game mode is very, very silly. It's kind of just a bit of a meme, but I love it, honestly. So that's another objective complete. Good for us. We got another crystal. Isn't that pretty cool? I think it's cool. So we're getting our next crystal here. Well, I'm gonna get the item here. I actually didn't see what this was, so we'll see. Oh, it's a big shield. Why not? It makes one part a little less annoying. So we're gonna go to Ice Palace. Another very easy dungeon because we have the red cane. This dungeon is normally a pain to do, but if you have the red cane, it becomes a loot pinata. So because we have bombos, we can clear this. It's very magic intensive to do with bombos, but it's fine. It also takes way longer to kill. Because normally you can also do it with the fire rod as well, which is just a one-shot, instant, just puff of fire, but having to do the animation for bombos every time is just gonna be very time-consuming to kill those dudes. Oops. There's a little quick animation for this, but I kind of hacked it up. It's fine. So we're going to do a thing called Icebreaker real soon. Which, probably one of the most holy grail speedrunning for this game, which saves minutes on this dungeon. This dungeon's otherwise super duper annoying. Because you kind of have to loop around a few times to progress. But with the power of Icebreaker, we will save minutes on this dungeon and it just becomes a loot pinata. That's just so free. To do this, we need the red cane. Once again, the value of the red cane is just skyrockets because of this one new trick that's been discovered in 2020. And it's also the reason why we have more players playing this game today, because this dungeon is otherwise very notoriously difficult for new people to learn. It's about how confusing it could be. And also there's a bomb jump you can do to save time, but it's pretty hard to learn. So we're gonna do some pause buffering here. We want to look for this frame right here where our shield's facing to the right. And we just flip right through and then get the goodies. And you just do this dungeon backwards, more or less. It's very simple to do. A lot easier than the bomb jump, honestly. If I'm being honest, it is much simpler than a bomb jumping across. We're hoping for a key, but I guess we'll route this the normal way then. If we had a key from that, we would just fall down to the room to the north and then get the IT room quicker. But it's fine. We'll make do. I'm gonna lure these guys out. Once again, do bombos. Very cool attack. Oh, wait, don't have the big key. Yeah, okay. We got all the items. Okay, cool. We actually got all the items in here. This is pretty stacked. So we're good to keep going then. The only items left are the dungeon items, the big key and the other stuff. We're a little hurt, but I think we're fine. save a potion just in case we get into trouble. So once again, we use the power of bombos to get off the ice block. And we'll use the power of explosions to hurt them. Thankfully, with explosions being AoE, it makes killing them all a lot easier. And from a safe distance too. So we got the crystal. I just want to double check something. I think we're missing one item, right? Yeah, it's gonna be the big key and then one other small key, I believe. Alright, so. Moving on. Now I believe right now we can go to... Yeah, I guess we'll go back to the mountain. That's the next logical route. Oops. Sorry, I was kind of checking my tracker real quick. So, back to the mountain we go. Can we stop here? Actually, yeah, I think it's the right plan. Maybe? Let's go, there's some density up here we kind of want to look for. Fire rod and flute being the number one thing we kind of want to grab. Whoops, I need to wait for these guys to just go away. Okay. So there's a cave in the Dark World called Hookshot Cave, which is got 4 chests in there, and you need a hookshot to get through. You can get one with right, you can't hurt. Normally you can kill these guys with hookshots, but yeah. Yeah. So there's a cave called Hookshot Cave, where you can just cross, get all the goodies, and then leave. And this is Turtle Rock. We're gonna see what it needs to open up, because we have these medallions here, then we have no idea what they need. Bonk, bonk, and bonk. What do we get? We have bombos, so we can open this up. But we can't exactly clear it because we're missing Fire Rod. Because the boss in here requires the Fire Rod to get through the dungeon. Here's gonna be a cave called Super Banui Cave, as I like to call it. It's called that because you can actually get here. If you don't have the Moon Pearl, and like I mentioned before, if you're without the Moon Pearl, you turn to a bunny, or whatever your sprite equivalent of a bunny is. And there's a glitch called Super Bunny Glitch, where if you fall down, let's say, a pit, or revive yourself in a weird way, or other like a bunch of other methods as well, you can actually still act as a bunny, and you're still able to just play the game as much normally as you can. So the easiest way to do bunny glitch here is there's a pit above you can just fall through and just you can open a chest. So this is Hookshot Cave. More health. Woo! Okay. Alright, more health too. And I fall off. Sad. I wish I had a sword. Sword would make my life a lot easier. You know what? We're gonna have to just take care of that dude. And armor, too. That's very nice. So we have the fire rod. We can actually go to the dungeon next door. Put a rock. Okay. And we go to the Skull Woods as well. So this is Skull Woods. Kind of one of those annoying dungeons to do just because it's just a whole lot of just doing this. It's also very long. The longest dungeon in the game. In an ideal world, we would not need to do this dungeon, but sadly we have to. We were hoping this would be our pendant dungeon, and we could ignore this. But this is not a perfect world. So, quick little trick here. We're gonna go the reverse way, get the fire rod out. Light these, light these, light these. We're going to get the hook shot and pull ourselves. And then we just respawn here, and we'll just go inside into our roller room. So normally you need a cape to get through this without getting hurt, but hookshot gives you iframes. As I guess as a way to make it less annoying to use. Because I guess so you don't whenever you like pull yourself into a situation and there's an enemy between you, it's just easier to make you intangible and invulnerable so you just don't glitch the game or break the game by doing that, you know? So red cane out. We go across again. We need our weapon. Bomb. Unique. Thankfully, like I said, lingering hurt boxes are very nice. These are paint chomps. They hurt. Don't let them touch you. Like a lot, even with armor. Another hard piece. Cool. Even with armor on, yeah, those guys are no joke. And we have the strongest armor in the game at the moment. So we're gonna be bouncing around here. Just bouncing happily, and then we're just gonna keep going. Bunch of anti-fairies here behind you. Ominous. This hoppy guy has the key. Oops, and we're in Banui mode, sadly. It times out, or you just get hit. Ow. We're losing track of our hoppy friend here. Yeah, and his head does kind of bounce around too. Funny enough. We're gonna open this. Thankfully, we have a big heal to block that. See what's in here. Another heart container. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. This bomb jump across a little bit. Another one of these friends. Ow. They're very, very hoppy. Like, that's pretty funny. And then we're just going to leave for now. This little... I have a habit of running onto my own hurt box, these bombs. So we're gonna go into Mimic Cave. Cave full of mimics. They, you know, like the name entails, they just mimic your motions. Oops. And you can also manipulate them by, like, doing things like that. Get the hammer out. We're still looking for flute, I believe. We don't need silvers because bombs will kill Ganon. And go back to the Dark World. Just like that. Alright, so. Boop, 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 boop. In here. Bomb out. And then we go in here. We're gonna bonk this. Okay. God, I wish I had, like, a cape or something, but it's fine. Iframes would be very nice, but it's okay. Very funny we have max level bombs, so it's gonna make our lives a lot easier for killing bosses. Hit the switch. This dungeon is long, but thankfully it breaks up into segments, so, like, there's a checkpoint we can get up ahead real soon. Like, if we die, we'll just spawn there. A little worried about this spot. Just because there's a... yeah, these. You normally can, like, dash right into them, but you don't have... You don't have a... You don't have a sword to, like, safely dash. So we can get the checkpoint here. Like, yeah. So normally, yes, you get dash and poke right through them, but you don't have that luxury because no sword to poke them with. Small key. Silver arrows, which is not very useful. Doesn't really do anything. And Quake. Okay. So we're gonna just reset to get health back. And then continue. Here we go. Need to cross this. Get a refill. Take that. Get a fire rod out. This is another boss where we need to swap between bombs and such. Thankfully, gold bombs will do a lot of damage. Oh, so whoops. Glad I can't switch items. They're dying. Yes, he does wag his tail when he's about to attack. Very cute. Oh, he's still alive. Please? There you go. And we just bomb him to death. Because gold bombs do a lot of damage. We get a compass. And we get another prize. We have the fire rod now. We can do Skullwoods now. Let's go Sanctuary. Do some checks real quick here. Believe I'm still looking for Flute at the very least now. Yeah. King's Tomb, we just bonk this, get whatever the price is. Nothing. Oh well. Oh, right. Bonk rocks. Duh. Duh. Okay. Another Pizza Heart. Delicious! Alright, now we go to Skullwoods, which is another dungeon here. A very, very fast dungeon, too. We'll get our bombs out, as usual. And there's 2 items in this entire dungeon, by the way. A lot of it's just big keys and dungeon items. Okay, we'll probably get a small key from the back of the Skullwoods. So we'll go straight to the boss, honestly. Straight to the backside, probably a little faster to do, just to check items there. Because we have a mirror and all that, honestly. So we're just gonna do that immediately. And red cane. Ow. Okay, it's 1 item. It's a lot of, like, big keys, small keys, basically. Speaking of small keys, we'll just borrow 1 here. And this is where the fire rod comes in handy. Put it back in here. I wish we could just dash right through these guys, but gosh. Once again, lack of sword. Common theme. Normally you also need a sword to progress back here, but it's in a swordless state, so the back room will be open automatically for us. Bomberman shenanigans first, so we can clear this out. Oops. Like that. Nice boost of health. And then we'll just fire rod everything. Nice refill along the way. So yeah, normally you need to cut that open, but not anymore. This dude has the key. So you might have wondered we pass over a chest on the bridge. It's just faster to kill the boss, see the items there. And then you go back to the dungeon, do the chest, and then mirror out if there's nothing there. Ooh. So killing them with bombs is weird, I guess. At least you can keep a safe distance. Because melee is annoying. And also we have, you know... If he gets knocked back into Spike, he kind of bugs out and doesn't take any damage. Oh, well, that's fine. book. You can take tablets with that. The book gets us into desert. But also can check tablets too. Actually, you can also check what the pedestals is, in case we need to do pedestal stuff. I think I want to search pedestal. I'm gonna chase the tablet with this one. Tumble Lonely Heart. Okay. Go to the mountain first. Actually, no. We'll go to the one beside us first. In my house. So we're gonna just go back to the Dark World and search some pedestals. Or pendants. I mean tablets, rather. There's one to the south and one to the mountain. And if you use the book, well, you have, I guess, the Master Bombs, you will get an item out of those. See, you need a Master Sword for those. I guess, in this case, you need the Master Bombs, question mark, and the book. Bomb mode is very weird. It's a very silly game mode, I know. Also a little slower than the actual, like, normal swords mode because it's very weird to use bombs. I know. Oops, mirror bombed myself. It also messes with your routing a bit just because what you're normally used to in a normal Link to the Past randomizer doesn't apply here in bomb mode, so oh, the bottle, cool. I'm gonna check them out now. And we'll just heal. I play a lot of Link to the Past randomizer. Well, mostly in the combo. I also play a lot more Super Metroid than anything. But I love Link to the Past. It's very fun. Classic game. It makes a fun randomizer. It's very accessible for everyone. Probably one of the most easy to pick up randomizers that exist. So we're gonna go back here. We're gonna check out this spot right here with the Ether Tablet. Not a whole lot of checks we can do left. It's mostly the Misery Mire area we need. There's like a lot of orphan overworld checks we need to do. This is included one of those. Oh! Alright, cool. That might be a girl mode, I think? Yeah. Okay, go. So we take the flute, go to town, and, Kupo. Just go. We need to just rush. Go. Please get out of my way. I need to rush. I want to run, please. Please. Okay. We're gonna activate the flute. Yeah. Turn the flute on. And then we go to Misery Mire, and then we just clear the dungeon. Hopefully we get a good pattern with the keys. We want what's called a God Mire, where the the big keys in a spot that's just very easily accessible. Which one are you? Oh, we could do a funny thing. Yeet! Bird toss. You have to do it. If you have Ether as a medallion here, then do it. It's funny. People love it. Alright, so here we go. This is Misery. Killing things with bombs only is a little bit annoying. Especially when he vanish. Imagine we didn't have remote detonation here in the old version. Wow, really? Lingering box didn't hit you. I'm a little busted up because, yeah, Wizrobes are annoying, especially when you're trying to kill them with only bombs and they just kind of vanish. You're fine. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Hoping for the big key to be in here at the very least. Kind of a smallish dungeon. But can be annoying to do because how out of the way some of the checks are. God key, please? Nope. I guess here's a tricky thing. We don't have an vulnerability item here. We haven't found a single one. And there's a key. There's a chest over here. So, yeah, we're gonna just die. Unfortunate! Yeah, I know. We just don't have enough health to spike walk it. Kind of hurt ourselves a lot with our own bombs and trying to kill Wizrobes. Yeah, so... we don't have, like, invulnerability items like the blue rod or the red cape, which, makes life a lot easier for those kind of rooms. Love Wizrobes. Love the BMOs too. Really? Please stop zapping me, I beg of you. Ow. Okay. We're gonna try it again. Wish I brought potions, is because I guess the spike room's annoying when you have no health. How are we gonna do this with no health? I guess that. Okay, that's annoying. We have no invulnerability items. Oh god. Alright, I am hecking up the Misery Mire experience here just because of our lack of an invulnerability item. Okay. We're going to do... I guess we're gonna go the other way then, because that's gonna be a little tough to do. We'll get health along the way and come back for it. Come on. Like I mentioned before, bomb mode just kind of makes things a lot harder with... because the easiest thing would be to hit these Wizrobes with the sword, obviously. But, you know, timed explosives are very funny. Yeah, that's a little better. A lot better, actually. Gosh. Alright, we'll go a different way. Because normally you'd at least have a blue cane or a red cane or red cape to do this. But, yeah, we don't have the luxury here to just walk across the spikes safely. So we'll have to do something else. Okay, grab the key. Key. The fire rod out. potion chest, maybe? If we had powder, it would also be a big help as well. This is a very annoying cutscene. Yeah, takes a bit of time. If we push the blocks and use fire rod, it'll just open up. If we can just use it right through the blocks, and it just saves time instead of pushing around. I wish it would ever fill our health, but it's okay. What about... I don't know. No. This chest over here. Wish I had powder that can restock health, but we don't have that luxury either. Help me. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, cool. Here. Make it through. Get some health along the way, please. Ah, I don't have a small key, so there's a small key in here. Heck me. There's a small key in here. My life. Please? We got the small key and we died at the same time. Let's go. Oh, this is such an annoying thing. I'm so sorry. Normally I'm not bad at this dungeon, but bomb modes and also no invulnerability items makes that way rougher to do. In retrospect, I should have brought a potion, but oh well. Normally you just, you know, yeah, use a cape or use a blue cane and just get that safely, but unfortunately, no, we don't have any of those. Where they are? There we go. Good. Gosh. I don't normally take this long in this dungeon. It happens. You know, sometimes you get bad luck with finding items that would help you and they don't show up. And then an unfortunate misuse of keys, too. You know, it happens. Not my best run, but, you know. It's going alright. Bombs only mode can be very tricky to do, just because it's a very niche, very weird mode that just happens to exist in this game. Dash here. Get the green potion. With a sword, this would be a way faster ordeal just because I have to worry less about, you know, blowing my face up, and I can just swing at things. In most cases, we're just tank damage, just walk through them, because we're not gonna waste time to just hit them with a bomb. Whoops. Wrong slot, obviously. At least we have safety into ranged attack, so there's that. If we had powder, this would be a great time to heal, but unfortunately, no. We don't. We have to make do, basically. We could powder the anti-fairies and get a lot of health back. We'll be okay, hopefully. We're just gonna walk around here so we don't take a damage. And then we're gonna start bombing. Bombs are very powerful against eyeballs. Ooh, no! Oh, I walked in the laser like a dummy. I'm so sorry. Oh, I am doing so bad in this one dungeon, which normally I don't do very bad. I apologize. It's kind of a last-minute submission. I kind of want to get one thing in, and boy, am I Am I screwing up this one dungeon very bad? Which I normally don't do. We were pretty decent all together. You know, sometimes it happens. I realized I didn't kill that one over there. Hopefully you find humor in this. I mean, it's an okay-ish run. Not, like I said, not my best run. I've got a personal best of like 150 something with bombs only mode. Like I said, the bombs only makes this only just a lot harder. Because the easiest way to kill the eyeball dude would be just hit him with the silver arrow sort of bow we have, but we don't get to do that. A lot of boss rats that would require quick kills don't exist here. We just use bombs and bombs and bombs and bombs. And more bombs. And more bombs. Just bomb everything is the strategy here. That's the only way we can do. In retrospect, maybe you should take more safety potions because we have a habit of hurting ourselves a lot with these bombs, but you know, it happens. Unfortunate that I'm doing a little terribly in this dungeon. That should be the short one before we go to the final castle. So we're going back here again. Ow. Okay. Ow, wow, he just bounced back at me. I was not expecting that, honestly. Quite honestly, no, I wasn't expecting that, but it's okay. It's a very silly way to attack this boss. Just drop bombs in his path. There. Normally you swing at him, but bombs. Oh, thanks. Bittersweet crystal. Not my best time, but, you know, we'll make do. Took us a little longer than we should for that one dungeon. I apologize if that was just very bad runs. It just happens where it's just unfortunate that I don't have an invulnerable item at that point, which you normally should, but we had a little bit of a oopsie whoopsie with the item hunt. No cape, no blue cane. Not the our usual setup we usually have this time. Okay, so now we'll go to Ganon's Tower after we'll get all the crystals. Alright, so let's go hunt for a big key in Ganon's Tower. This is the point where, you know, people will guess the number between 1 and 22 to see, to guess where the big key will be. How many checks it'll take to find the big key. Personally, I like to guess 7. Alright, cool. the way, please? Thanks. So, here's the final dungeon we're about to come up to. Ganon's Tower. Alright, so, this is it. A little kind of behind schedule for this, but it's okay. You know, sometimes you just have a bad run. 1, 2... We're taking left side now. That is called Hope Room, where you just hope that the big key will be in there. Wow, there's a blue cane. That's an invulnerability item that we kind of would love earlier for that one room. That would have been a big help if I had that, but apparently it's in Ganon's Tower, so we would have never had access to it. So what about the cape? Wonder what that is. Or half magic here, okay. That's 7. Eight. Nine. Sorry, what was I counting? That's still an item. Sorry, it's still 8. I was just counting, just whatever. It's been a run. Sure has been. Nine. Do this now. And 11, 12, 13. Nothing yet. Deep in here, so that's for sure. Let's boost ourselves over that. Oh, I just realized we have to... Wow, really? I didn't hurt you. Weird. We have to kill the Armos Knights with bombs again. Like I said, if we had silver arrows right now, right? That would have been the easiest method, but bombs make everything just complicated here. I wonder what the powder is, too. That's another thing. Oh, please stop it. I just want to live. Oh, nice, too. God, this fight takes a while with when we can't use the bow. And just have to use the bombs. Normally, yes, you use the bow for these guys. They die in like 2 hits with the bow. 1 hit with the silver arrows, which we do have in our inventory right now. Okay, what about this room? Oh, okay, good. Wow. That's actually almost vanilla. The center key is where it normally would be in the normal game. All right, time for the gauntlet. Or to climb, as we call it. Climb a big tower. Wish we could swing a sword at him, but, you know. We don't have the luxury of a sword anymore. Right. I wonder where is my powder. I'm curious. Gonna fall down just so we can do that. Bomb. And we're gonna get some heals over here. Thankfully there's a fairy cave like here. Very, very nice. Just top off immediately before the gauntlet pod to climb. I love how these bombs can boost you so far. We're almost to the top, thankfully. Thankfully, with how bombs can multi-hit and you can just plant them ahead of time, it's good for traps. Just set up a trap for them. Normally, we would use a red cane for this part, but we don't have that luxury. Hit him with the old-fashioned bombs. Whoops. Kind of annoying. Normally you can drop a red block and then hit them all at once, but right. We have no sword, so we can't really run through them. Another one of these with road rooms. Annoying to kill with just bombs only, I know. Fire rod time. We light the torches. Quickest way to do this. Shoot. Shoot. Fall off. Shoot. Dash down. Shoot that. To avoid a very serious glitch from happening, we're gonna take the bots here and get the potion. So, if you climb the stairs at the same time that the jingle happens, you will actually bug your game very hard, and it'll unload all the enemies from the dungeon. Very, very weird glitch. Where's our bombs? Bombs? There. Whoops. close enough to the wall? Really? Come on, shouldn't be that hard to do. There you go. Keep going. Here's another Moldorm. He's down. And this is the last chest in the game. What is this? A rupee? Cool. Cool item. Shot. Trick again. This room is super annoying, by the way. But it's the last like room in the climb. Before we fight Aghanim number 2. But you might be wondering, where's Aghanim 1? Well, we skipped them. I mentioned earlier, we don't have to fight Aghanim 1. We typically don't want to unless we really have to. For this, we're gonna get the butterfly net out. Just cause we don't have a sword, so we kind of have to need to use this. Or we can use the hammer alternatively, but we'll see which works better. It kind of counts as a spin slash of sorts. Also very annoying to hit with, because spin slashes are way more useful. Might switch a hammer, it might be a lot easier. Well, we might have trouble hitting multi-balls. Both are very weird methods. Oops, the sound effect threw me off. Yeah, butterfly nets and hammers make this fight a lot harder. You have to be a lot better at math for this one. I like to call it geometry. God, I'm having bad luck with them today. It's a bad run for me. There you go, come on. Get hit, please. I might have to potion up, because, yeah, having a bit of a bad fight here. This butterfly net makes it way harder. Whoops. That's because you can't hold the swing to prepare it, you kind of have to swing. It also makes the flexion angles way more complicated. There you go, goodness. Way tougher with a butterfly net than anything. Like I said, once again, having no sword makes this way more complicated than it should be. We're at the tail end. We're at our home stretch, K-Pow. We're gonna fight the big man himself, Ganon. And we have the legendary, gold bombs, I guess. The master bombs. Normally you're supposed to kill him with silver arrows, but, yeah, we don't have that. So we can safely attack him with ranged attacks, basically, so to speak. Hit and move. Keyword baby safely. The golden bombs will do a lot of damage to him, thankfully. Probably already faced. Yep. Thankfully, we have remote detonation. Imagine how annoying it'd be if we didn't have that feature with us. Like, we have to rely on timing bomb hits, which would have been way more impossible to do. There you go. Ganon fight, except we blow him up instead of, like, you know, using arrows. Except the explosion can be a little awkward to hit him with most times, because, yeah, he teleports a lot. so it makes things extra awkward to hit him with. It can be very finicky to hit Ganon with bombs. I don't understand why, but it just does. Can I have to get right in there to hit him? There you go, finally. Yeah, Ganon's very dorky this way. Sometimes it doesn't hit him at all. It's this mode, mind you, is still in testing, so it still may be bugged for some fights. There you go. Goodness. And that's time. 2:15, not my best time, honestly. Mostly because of some bad luck here and there, and also routing was a little bit weird to start. We lacked an vulnerability item like for a late game, so Bomberman mode's a very experimental mode, so not much has been routed for or accounted for. It's still a beta, it's still experimental, but it's fun. And it's chaotic, you can see, because we can't use a sword, and it makes things a lot challenging. So hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully you enjoyed it for the show. Definitely not my best take, but I hope you can appreciate the game mode and what potential fun it can be had, how chaotic it is. So I hope you give this consideration. It's pretty cool. But I have better times than this. I just didn't have a good take until I just did this now, spur of the moment. I know submission's closed, but you know, I wish he had more time to get a better take, but you know, I have a personal best of like 150. Usually I get under 2 hours on average, but this has been just a bit of a train wreck of a run for me, but it happens sometimes. Bad runs happen, you stick through it. But I hope you had fun with this one. Anyways, I'd say just check it out. It's pretty fun. And hopefully you consider this. Thank you.